Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello dear friends, welcome to the second lecture of Module 4 on Geological Construction Material and Cement Aggregate Reaction. In previous lectures, we have discussed about construction materials and dimensional stone. Now in these lectures, we will elaborate about crushed stone and suitability of rocks, address about the geological materials. In these lectures, we are going to discuss about crushed stone and suitability of rock as a construction material. Regarding this, we are going to cover about introductory aspects of natural geological construction material, then about crushed stone, then about technical specification and specifications for suitability of rock as construction material. Friends, as you know, the various kinds of natural materials are useful to support the engineering structures, are used as aggregate to strengthen the binder for the construction work as a construction material, and the crushed stones are irregular rock fragments of smaller sizes compared to the building stone, facing stone, roofing stone, flooring stone, etc. The rock blocks obtained from the blasting quarry faces are again crushed and screened to make the rock pieces in smaller than the dimensional stone. And as far as these aspects are concerned, these crushed materials we are going to utilize for supporting the engineering structures as well as providing strength to the concrete for the construction work. Besides these, the general excavation, fragmentation, cutting and others. In addition to the large blocks of rocks, we are getting small fragments that are utilized for supporting work as crushed stone. The good strength and high durability are basic criteria for selection of crushed stone, and the mineralogical characters, textures, packing, mineral grains of rocks are also responsible as selection criteria for crushed stone, because these parameters are going to influence the strength and durability attributes of rocks. We will discuss details in our future slide. The crushed stones are mainly used as a road ballast, railway ballast, stone chips for highways, road, airport, as coarse aggregate in concrete for construction of varieties of concrete road and varieties of bituminous road, and for additional support to the dam or additional support to the old structures, etc., to resist the load due to superincumbent load as well as imposed load. In case of road, the action of repeated wheels due to wheel movements and others, these blasts or crushed stone is going to play a very important role. So one by one we are going to elaborate specifically what is the crushed stone. The crushed stones are irregular rock fragments, generally of smaller sizes compared to the dimensional stone. And what are the methods we are going to utilize to make the construction or getting the production of crushed stone. As far method, as far as methods for making crushed stones are concerned, or for production of crushed stones, the rock chunks acquired from excavation of mining faces or mine faces or quarry faces are produced big rock chunks or blocks and small fragments. The big chunks of rocks are utilized as dimensional stone for various objective oriented classification of dimensional stone as a building stone, facing stone, roofing stone, decorative stone, and flooring stone. The small fragments are utilized as for supporting work, and this supportive component recovered from the quarry site is recognized as crushed stone. Beside this, the rock block recovered or rock chunk recovered from the quarry sites further crushed under load, crushed and screened as per required specification of the work. This big block or chunk recovered from quarry site, crushed again and again, and screened properly as per requirement of project or construction work. This crushed and screened fragmented material is recognized as crushed stone. This crushed stone are widely utilized for various purposes as we have already discussed in our previous introductory aspect. Regarding the selection of crushed stone, we have to consider basically these three parameters: strength, durability, and porosity. These parameters are factors are going to influence the working and life of crushed stone. The porosity, durability, and strength are the function of constituents, means mineral constituents, texture, and grain packing, means inherent attributes of rocks. The inherent attributes of rock is going to decide about the strength, durability, and porosity, and these strength, durability, porosity treated as technical parameter for selection of crushed stone. Good strength and high durability are the two basic primary characteristics that a crushed stone piece must possess for use in any engineering construction work or any engineering development work. The mineralogical characters are component, texture, and packing of mineral grains in rocks are responsible for the strength and durability of the crushed rock, and the texture and mineralogy also responsible for presenting the nature of pores and overall estimation of porosity. As we have already discussed, here you can see with help of this cartoon representation, this crushed stone can be categorized technically based on these two parameter, basic two parameter, strength and durability, and the strength and durability directly or indirectly related to porosity. And this porosity is a function of, because porosity is the gaps available inside the rocks. Here if we are going to see here example of rocks having, particularly suppose example from sedimentary sandstone from the Vindhyan supergroup. These gaps are pores, and the porosity is going to measure the gaps present among the grains. These open spaces available in intact rock is going to decide about the nature of this intact rocks and directly going to influence the strength and durability. This porosity is a function of mineralogical attribute, texture, and grain packing. These inherent parameters are going to influence directly the porosity. However, the porosity is related to strength and durability. Less porosity, more strength. Less porosity, high level of durability. So overall inherent characteristic of rocks is responsible for strength and durability of crushed stone, and these components we can study under petrological microscope with help of the thin section prepared from the rocks. If we are going to see the crushed stone based on utility or use, then we can say that the crushed stone can be categorized broadly as railway ballasts, as foundation ballasts, as road ballasts. So collectively we can say that called as crushed stone ballast. For ballast purpose, for chip purpose, for aggregate purpose. If you try to enlist, you can enlist based on utility. The crushed stone can be classified as ballast supporting crushed stone. Second, chip supporting crushed stone. And third, aggregate. In ballast, the ballast can be utilized to support the railway tracks, recognized as railway ballast, to support the foundation of engineering structure like dam, like buildings and others, then known as foundation ballast, and to support the road pavement, therefore recognized as road ballasts. Beside this, we are going to utilize crushed stone as a stone chips for providing additional support or additional anchoring of already constructed engineering structure. The stone chips are also utilized for decoration and making some attractive design on the walls of the building, as well as the chips are utilized to partially support the road pavement for providing additional strength and support, and the stone chips are widely utilized for riprap work on dam side. Generally, in case of earth dam, there is a problem of erosion. To minimize the impact of erosion work, we are going to utilize stone chips or crushed stone as stone chips to protect the upstream side of earth dam. Besides this, the riprap work also carried out on the old historical monuments and building to provide additional support, as well as these chips are utilized in case of runway of the airport to provide additional support to the runway of the airport, because the airport is continuously subjected to repetitive thrust due to landing of aeroplane and movement of the aeroplane, etc. The work of ballasts, when we are going to utilize in case of the support as a railway track ballast, as a road ballast, or as a chips, or as a aggregate. Here the coarse aggregate we are utilizing as a strength providing component to the concrete, and these coarse aggregates are widely used for making concrete. Regarding the construction work of dams, heavy buildings, tunnels, many engineering structure. As far as railway ballast is concerned, we are going to put the railway ballast inside the support to the rail track, which is mounted on the wooden or iron plates. This type of structure, this plate is supported by the loose ballasts belonging to the crushed stone. Such type of track repetitive subjected to loading and unloading. When the train is passing through this zone, particular zone, then this particular zone is under stress or load. After passing the whole train from this zone of track is free from load. So such type of loading and unloading, stressing and de-stressing, stressing and de-stressing. In such situation, the heavy concrete structure may show cracks and fractures. In such situations, the blades are able to bear the repetitive load coming due to movement of trains on railway tracks. Therefore, every railway tracks are full of railway ballasts that belong to the crushed stone. Similarly, in case of road ballasts, here you can see the road pavement means down layer of the road. We will discuss about these things in our discussion regarding the road. These crushed stones located in layer just below this bituminous layer, of this bituminous layer also having some aggregate. In road or in airport runway of the airport, where the stone chips are used in the base and sub base, and the stone ballasts are utilized as a coarse layer just below the main layer. The stone withstand the stress due to fast moving and heavy wheel load in the structural design of the pavement. A particular zone of the road showing some aggregates mixed with bitumen, tar, and blasts present along with some soils or some aggregate or crushed materials. These blasts are going to bear the wear and tear impact of tire induced load in static position as well as in dynamic position. The action of repeated wheel load due to wheel movement tend to cause impact and abrasion of stone, and such type of crushed stone as is having high strength and durability, then able to bear such type of impact, repetitive impact due to movement of vehicles time to time on a particular zone of road. It is therefore important that the crushed stone used for road constructions have high strength and durability, which are able to bear the dead and live load of vehicles coming through tires and contact between road and tires. The large quantity of hard and sound crushed stone or fragmented rocks of varying dimensions are required for constructing rock fill dam besides road, where adequate supply of materials such as boulder, pebbles, and gravels are not available from the local sources, then we are going to take these materials from nearby rock quarry. Generally, for aggregates, the boulder, pebbles, and gravels present in river valley are utilized because that these boulders, pebbles, and gravels are already subjected to wear and tear due to erosion and transportation from the source area up to the available area. The fragmented rocks are also used as a riprap material to cover the upstream face of the earth dam for protection from erosion due to water action. Here I can show you the upstream side face of a dam and downstream side face of a dam. Generally, what happens? Water is present here and continuous movement in water due to interaction of water with the winds going to erode this type of material because this dam is made up of earth or soil. The soil is more sensitive to the erosional impact of the geological agencies like wind, like water. So, in particular, dam site, to protect this face, we are going to provide the rock chips and the placing of rock chips on this upstream as well as other parts also, but particularly we are going to check the erosion. This type of work is recognized as a riprap. So crushed stone is also utilized for the riprap work. One example, 10-meter layers of riprap material for 206-meter high Terry Rock Fill Dam located in Uttarakhand, Lesser Himalaya, used blasted and crushed large dimensional quartzite boulders for its upstream slope protection. So you can imagine we required sometimes thick layers of the riprap work performed through the chip stone. Attributes and usage of different construction material. As we have already explained, the hard and durable materials are widely utilized as construction materials and are available in huge quantity in our nature, so can be collected from natural resources for use as construction material, either for construction of building or construction of walls or construction of dam as in form of masonry or other engineering structure. Hard, durable rocks are generally used as a block for the masonry work and for crushing stone to support. In general, rock type that possesses high strength and durability are suitable as construction material in general, and the construction material, particularly dimensional stone as well as crushed stone. However, some rock contain excessive deleterious material that require to either not select, either replace, including chemically reactive materials. Now, what is the deleterious material? Deleterious material is a problematic in construction material or construction work. When we are going to select the deleterious material is a type of hazardous material. If we are going to use deleterious material, then there is weakening with respect to time and ultimately resulting in reduced stability of developed engineering structures, and problem of safety and stability in future. So these are considered unsuitable for engineering construction. Strong and durable rocks for use as crushed stone for various engineering constructions are obtained in plenty from igneous, metamorphic, as well as sedimentary rocks. Igneous rocks such as granite, charnockite, basalt, dolerite, metamorphic rocks such as gneiss, quartzite, quartzite, phyllite, and kondalites are sufficiently dense and of low absorption, high compressive strength, can be widely utilized as a construction material as well as cast stone, building stone, as well as crushed stone. These rocks are widely used in engineering construction of building, dams, road, airport, and also utilized as a crushed stone. In the absence of very strong and durable rock, moderately strong rocks such as schist, phyllite, sand, dolomite, sandstone, limestones are also used for the purpose. Regarding building stone, roofing stone, flooring stone, and mainly crushed stone. In selecting quarry site for rocks to get the crushed stone as well as dimensional stone as a additional benefit, the locally available outcrops of hard and durable rocks are considered first. If not present, then we are going for the alternative. Crushed stones are also utilized as aggregate. You can see this aggregate we are going to utilize for making concrete. Generally, we are utilizing the boulders, cobbles, pebbles recovered from the valley side or river basin side because the pieces recovered from the boulders of the rivers has already subjected to number of wear and tear impact due to movement in water from the source area to the present available area. The aggregate is a principal component of a concrete and responsible for providing the strength to concrete. The aggregate is providing the strength to the concrete. The concrete is the main component which bears the stress of engineering structures. Thus, the crushed stone should be strong and durable and resistance to abrasion, corrosion, wear, and tear, as well as impact, as well as water rock interaction. The aggregates are playing principal role in providing the required strength, compactness, and durability to a block formed by mixture of cement and aggregate after setting. Nowadays, majority of engineering structures, particularly building, dams, and others, are always constructed by use of concrete. Friends, these materials concerned to crushed stone we have collected from book on engineering geology written by Gangopadhyay. Yes, published from Oxford University publication. Then partial supports from engineering geology book written by Well FG in 2007. Then also supports from the textbook of engineering geology written by Kashabulu NC, and the book was published in 2016. Partial supports from the books entitled Foundation of Engineering Geology written by Waltham in 2018. These sources are the base for this lecture. Friends, today we have discussed about crushed stone. The crushed stones are prepared from rock pieces collected from the mine site or quarry site or any mountainous site. The crushed stone are irregular rock fragments. The crushed stones are also prepared from the boulder, cobble, pebble, gravels available in river valley or recent geological formations. The boulders, cobbles, pebbles present in river valleys are most suitable because these boulders and gravels have already been subjected to lot of wear and tear during their movement from source toward the downside. These are used as a ballast for road, railway track, foundation ballast, etc. on one side. On another side, crushed stones are widely utilized as a chip stone to provide riprap to the earth dam, provide additional support to the road, to the runway of the airport, and to the old monument to strengthen further to improve the life of historically important monuments and structure. The strength and durability are the primary requisites of the crushed stone. However, the strength and durability depends on porosity, and the porosity is a function of mineralogy, texture, and grain packing. These strength and durability are the basic technical requirement of any crushed stone. These parameters are the functions of inherent property of rocks, and the crushed stones are able to bear the lead and live load of vehicles coming through railway track as a train, coming through road as a motor vehicle, two wheelers, four wheelers, eight wheelers, six wheelers, etc. Therefore, we can say that the crushed stones are very important for ballast work, for chip work, for aggregate. Dear friends, in this class we have discussed about crushed stone, and these crushed stones are widely utilized as ballast stone, as chip stone, and as aggregate. The ballasts are widely utilized as railway track ballasts, as road pavement ballasts, as foundation ballasts, and ballasts utilized to protect the river banks and others, to protect the sea banks and others as a protective structures. Beside these, the crushed stones are also used as the rock chips or stone chip to provide additional support to the old monuments, additional support to the rope pavement, additional support to the foundation, additional support to the dam side in form of riprap. Then crushed stones is also utilized for aggregate to provide strain to a concrete after setting. Next aspects of this class we will elaborate in our next class. Thank you very much for your patience hearing. Thank you.